the Daily Dose of Yas. I'm your host, Yasmin, and I just want to come to you guys really quick. I had music in my previous video, and I just felt like I didn't think it was going to be that loud. So I turned the music off, and since again I have this space by myself, I'm just going to maximize the opportunity. But pretty much what I was saying in my previous video is that it's really time to really love yourself. Really come to that space, and you're probably like, yes, I'm trying, I really don't know what to do. Exactly what does that look like? You know, when people say things, they never like have a blueprint of exactly what that looks like. And of course, my journey and your journey would be different. It may somewhere be down the line similar. But one thing I want to say is the Daily Dose of Yas, the brand itself, is I'm here to be an accountability partner. I'm here to be an encourager, a motivator. I'm here to share my experiences, life experiences, and things that I have gone through in relationships that have helped me in the past and currently helping me now, that would benefit you. In addition to that, by all means, this is not to substitute for any professional help like a therapist or psychiatrist or financial advisor or whatever the case may be. This is not to substitute as that. It's just mere advice that I have used, mere advice that God have led me to share with you all regarding various topics, but most importantly about self-love, because that is a very sensitive space. But we tend to talk about most likely, we talk about that so often, but we don't quite know what that looks like. And God had led me to this sermon, and it was like, it's impactful, you know. And one thing I was saying to my mom the other night, I was like, Mom, we say that we love God, but we don't spend time with God. You know, when we love someone, you know, you love your guy, we want to make sure they ate, or we want to spend time with them. We want to be around them, you know what I'm saying? Like, cuddle me, protect me, make me feel safe, whatever the case may be. And when we say that we love God, are we really spending time with God like we say that we do? And 9 out of 10 we don't, because we have like this misconstrued idea of what love means. And something I want to share with you is that when we quote that scripture, love thy neighbor as thyself, I only can love my neighbor on the capacity that I can love myself. So in order for me to love my neighbor, I must love myself first. And we miss that bar, you know. I mean, you hear, you know, you need to help yourself first. You need to help yourself first. We hear that. We don't know exactly what that means, what that looked like. In the Word of God, which I just really, really honestly just thank God, because literally everything that we can possibly have gone through or will go through, the problem and the solution is there. Okay, Father said you will have trials and tribulations, but then you also say that I provided a way for your escape. Again, so back to self-love is I have to put me first. And if you are single and you don't have any children, this is the perfect time to start a business. This is the perfect time to level yourself up. This is the perfect time to refine your talents, refine your gifts, to get aligned with God, to fulfill your purpose. This is the time to go do those things that you always wanted to do, but your focus was on a guy, a girl, whatever, you know, your focus was there. And now that you have this free time, you know, focus on you. Like me, barely have friends. So the good part of that, and of course not being in a relationship, is that there's no distractions. And I found myself constantly want to have distractions. And that comes from me not loving myself. And the thing about that is, that's what led me to my book, my debut book, which comes out June 18th. And I'm so happy about it. I'm happy about it because I know that it will help someone, if not millions, thousands, billions. I know that it will. It's my testimony. I'm very transparent. I get real. and it's God breath on it, you know, God bread. Yeah, like God led me to this book. It's called Love Yourself Like You Loved Your Ex. And that's so impactful because many a times we women, we're nurturers. We want to make sure you're good, make sure you're straight, but we tend to neglect ourselves. You know, our self-care and needs and things of that nature. And I'm here to tell you, like, no, this is the space and the time to love yourself. In order to love yourself, you need to love God. Reason why? Because to know yourself, you have to know who your creator is. So you have to know who you are, but know whose you are. And that goes to better relationship with God. And if you say that you love God, but you spend no time with God, recheck it. Recheck yourself, because that's not love. What happens if when your man say he loves you, but he never want to spend time with you? And you only talk to him when you need something from him? Imagine how that feels. Imagine what that looked like, you know? And what prompted my book, honestly, is funny story really quick. So, thing is, my last relationship with my ex and this guy, whatever, and he did something, whatever, we got in an argument, fighting, whatever. So he had put me down and in the bathroom, and I was crying my eyes out, like totally terrible. I was crying my eyes out on his floor, like, I just wanted you to love me. Why can't you love me? Why would you do this to me? I never did nothing to you to hurt you, blah 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 blah. Right? Crazy. It's funny. It's not really funny because I'm recovering from it. But what I realized is that I was seeking something from him that he could not give me. And one thing my husband was that he said, when people say they love you, you shouldn't say I love you back. You should ask them, do they love themselves? Because you can't love me if you don't love you. It's simple, right? But we miss that all the time. And again, love thy neighbor as thyself. I only can love my neighbor to the capacity that I love myself. God was teaching us self-love, but we missed the ball. We dropped the ball somewhere. He was teaching us about self-love. He was teaching us to say, hey, Jesus told to the Pharisees, he had a list of laws to follow, to go by. Well, that's too many. So I can't think, I'm just paraphrasing. It says, well, Jesus, which one should we, really kind of keep that focus on? And Jesus says love. But then Jesus says also, love your neighbor as yourself. Well, we hear neighbor first, but we forget that context where it says as yourself. So again, self-love is crucial, and if it wasn't, it wouldn't be in the Bible. It wasn't crucial. And if self-love was not so important, we would literally just accept anything for everyone, right? And one thing he said, Miles Monroe said, was, same Miles Monroe, he said, when you don't love yourself or you don't have any self-worth, you're easily to be manipulated. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, wow, you're so right. Because when you love yourself, you know your self-worth, and you will carry yourself as such. You will speak as such. Everyone doesn't deserve to have access to you. You can't just eat at everyone's table. You just can't sit at everyone's table, and not everyone can sit and eat at your table, and it's just that simple. And when I mean everyone, I can mean friends, I can mean family members. Doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Because what you have is valuable. God didn't create you for you to just sit here and do nothing. Sit here and waste the gift, waste the ministry, waste the purpose. One thing about God is that his word would not come back to him void. So if you won't do it, someone else will. And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person who constantly miss out on opportunities. Overall, in this coming year, 2022, this is really the year to really focus on yourself. Retune, refine your gifts, your passion, your desires. Open that business. Put yourself first. You've been entertained long enough. It's really time to get down and nitty gritty. Like what I said is 2020 was a time to study, to figure things out, because I know if not you all, for me, I lost a job in 2020 and just a lot going on. And then 2021, that's when you supposed to have been test driving the things that, you know, that business or whatever, you was doing the test driving to see what works and what doesn't work. And in 2022, it's time to execute, right? And even if you didn't do those things, right, it's never too late. It's never too late to open that business, start that blog, that channel. Like, I was literally going to just stop YouTube and just go to do podcasting. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to quit on something that I already had started. So that was something I told myself, like, no, we're going to do this YouTube thing and we're going to see it to the end. We're going to be consistent. And that's the key. We have to be consistent. We're going to be consistent and we can go from there. We're going to just upload once a week and figure out the day and the time once a week. And then as I get used to that and routine wise, then I may bump it to twice a week. But you have to start small and start somewhere and start now. So start small, start somewhere, and start now, literally. So I hope something that I said was useful and helpful. And don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. And if you happen to be watching this video from my website, which is dailydoseyas.com, thank you for tuning, for clicking or typing in the website. If you need or are you seeking like accountability partner, just, you know, write me and say, hey, I have some goals that, you know, I want to accomplish, and I just need someone to help me strategize and, you know, make it plain, you know, write the vision, make it plain.